science class, we also studied genetics. We learned about how you inherit traits from your parents and how traits can sometimes be predicted. One of the labs we did this year, which also happens to be my favorite, is a DNA extraction lab. We used our cells from our mouth and from our cheek cells and put them in Gatorade to keep them from becoming hypertonic or hypotonic. We then mixed Gatorade with a lysis solution. This exposed the cells and they sank to the bottom of the glass. We then slowly added the mixture and this burst the cell membrane, exposing the DNA. This was very interesting to me because I got to see the blueprints on my mouth. For example, this was my little DNA sample.
This year in science, we learned about density, a concept that seemed simple at first. We were given 2 cubes of unknown materials and we were asked to find their densities. To do this, we first found the volume of the cubes using the water displacement method, and then their masses on a scale. When we started applying this concept, however, we realized that it can help you determine the identity of unknown substances, understand how things work in real life, and predict how materials are going to behave. For example, why a hot air balloon rises, or ice floats, or salad dressing separates. Once you understand how density works, you can get a better sense of how the world works.
As our final unit before our science symposium, the 8th grade studied in depth the topic of atomic structure. We began the unit by learning about the behavior of protons, neutrons, and electrons within an atom and how they relate to the elements on the periodic table. The class learned how to identify elements just by looking at the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons, which was something that I personally didn't know was possible, or as easy as it turned out to be. Students then built 3D models of a specific element out of wires and beads. We then gave a presentation to the class to teach them about our respective elements, and at the same time practice public speaking skills as I'm doing right now. Overall, the unit on atomic structure was a very hands-on and engaging experience.